Do y'all remember when y'all were a little kid, what y'all were doing when y'all were a little kid? Well, back in my time, in the 60s, you know, I was just that high, maybe 7 years old, and I started going down to grandmama's house, and I just loved enjoying doing that. Sometimes mama would go to work or go to the market, so I'd go down to grandmama's house, just down the road. We used to call grandmama's house down the road. We ain't know nothing but going to grandmama's house. All we know is going down the road. Mama said, we going down the road, we know where we were going. That's grandmama's house. When I would go down there, I'd go and get the long pine for her. I know a nice little pine tree down the road, I would say, and I would go down there and I would rake it up with my hand, and I'd fill up the bag, and I'd take it back to grandmama. And grandmama, you need some pine? And grandmama said, no, I ain't need no pine. Grandmama, you need some pine? Oh, okay. Just head 'em, just head 'em. I ain't know what heading mean. All I did was I would just take the pine and I would just bunch 'em up. And sometimes the head would be like this and the head would be like that. But then sometimes grandmama would give me a nickel anyway. But then I guess as time went, grandmama must have got a little tired of it, and she said, oh, this is how you head 'em. This is how you head 'em. You take that pine and you put this little black sty there like this all the time. And that's what I started doing. That's how I started heading the pine. So I would head that pine and I'd get a nice bunch like that right there. Maybe more. Maybe a whole bag full. And when I was done, I tell grandmama I was done and she would give me a nickel. Man, I was rich back then. A nickel is almost like you being rich back in them days. I can buy my candy, my cookies. Oh, and the Mary Jeans. Oh, man, I was in heaven. So anytime I know I want my little candy and cookies, I would go down to grandmama's house. Because I know if I make the pine for her, man, I'm going to be rich that day. Then my grandmama started showing me how to nut the pine and tying them. And after that, I think one day my mama came down there to pick me up. And Granny told her, oh, girl, that boy, he know how to nut the pine. Mama was so shocked. Mama started showing me other things, like putting sweetgrass in it and putting it together. So I started, as a little child, making the coasters. Might not have been this size, but it took me a while to make a coaster. But as time went by, I got better and better and better. So Christmas holiday, we take that coaster down to the market with my mom and sell it. I think I was getting $1 maybe around that time just for a coaster, maybe less. But who cares? Money was money back then. Yeah, I know I was like rich, you know, because I was a little different from my brothers and sisters. You know, they go out there, they would play, and while they were playing out in the yard, I'd go and pull some pine for my mama, pull some pine for my granny. And then I just continued doing that. As I was growing up, I would just do a little pine. Then I got into the palm, the sweetgrass. But this is another thing right here, and we'll talk about this one later, but they showed me how to take the pine and the palm and script them and tie them in there and just keep going around and around and around. And you know, sometimes I used to think that was boring doing something like that. You know, as a kid, I want to play sometime, you know, but I said, no. You know, I didn't want to disappoint Granny and Grandmama, so I just continued doing it. And sometimes Granny would say, boy, go out there and play, you know, have something to do, go out there and play, you know. I wasn't the one to want to play. I wanted to do this. I wanted to work. I was always the working person in the house, always the working one out of the kids. I didn't care too much with doing a lot of games and stuff. I wanted to work. I wanted something to do, so I did the sweetgrass, so I did the pine, you know, and I just do a lot of nuts, and I learned from there, and I just made my little money when I wanted to. I have my little Christmas stuff when I wanted to, because I know Granny would sell it for me, or Mama would sell it for me, you know, and she would give me a little money. You know, I get my little cookies and my candy, and then, you know, everything kind of flourished from there.